Hello, Internet.
Oh God, it's the internet.
It's the Internet.
Oh,
Hide.
watching us.
I mean, hopefully.
Everyone act natural. Its vision is based on your mouse movements.
Oh shit. Is that why?
Yeah.
We are on week
Three.
5?
Three.
Three of Oxenfree Pride Parade. The finale to our Pride sessions. Um,
It's week 6 of our
uh,
June Pride Month game.
listen, it's always Pride at Nerd House, okay? Um, yes, we are still raising money for the It Gets Better project. All bits and subs will be matched and donated. As well as we are still raising money for Extra Life as always. Link is in the bio below. And that donate money and you'll get perks for the players. I think mine says D4s, but advantage is fine. Whatever. And I'm thinking, because I am keeping track, that I didn't say this at the beginning of Pride, and I probably should have. But I think every Nat 1, Miss Jackson, and Nat 20 is going to be $1, and we'll donate that to the It Gets Better project too.
Oh shit.
So, funny enough, more Nat 20s than anything else.
Really?
Huh.
I'll give you the
For
final,
us, that's pretty good.
right? I'll give you the final numbers when we're done. I'm also tracking this for Skytown. The numbers are a little more interesting there.
Well, that's because you're a player there. So the average just shifts a little bit.
That's why we're doing natural ones and natural
20s. Yeah, because it was every natural one.
We'd be broke.
We'd be broke. It's okay. It all goes to a good cause. Yeah. So last we left off with our party, who has been running errands back and forth across Oxenfree for the faction ruler Lust of the Primrose Syndicate in preparation for the Oxenfree Pride Parade. They have talked to every single faction leader. They have negotiated additional perks and benefits and features of Pride Parade and the day it encompasses. Barely scraped by with some clutch spells and maneuvers during a fight with Wrath in her own sanctum. Dustin, again, I apologize.
It's just fitting that I picked that fight and
You
spent
really
the
did?
whole time knocked the fuck
Knocked
out.
And then
Been there. It's tough.
We've all been there.
they slept it off before returning to Sloth to begin the parade. You all approached at the end of last session, finding Lust, as well as Pride in the in a carriage behind their float. You were given shiftweave clothing, set of shiftweave clothing, and then approached the float that you would be guarding of Ox, the Grand Marshal himself. A bovine-looking humanoid with swoops of orange fur that lay across his face, nearly blocking his eyesight. His horns stretch out from his head in a dangerous radius, but he seems to know his clearance as he ducks side to side as assistants put the finishing touches on his costume by draping strings of beads from each horn in elegant swoops. He has greeted you and asked that you take your places around the platform, the larger platform itself, that is being carried both by a set of 4 horses and trailered to another float that is holding a small orchard of apple trees. All of this is all being attended to by some druids, as you all get settled. Where is everyone going to stand? This is a 25-foot long platform and about 15 feet wide. Rectangular platform. So you've got 4 corners if you'd like to go there, or however you'd like to do it.
I'll take one of the front corners.
I was gonna take one of the back corners.
I'll take one of the front corners as well because Iris is gonna definitely be playing some jams.
Okay. That leaves
I'll take the other back corner.
Owen with
I'll
the
make
back corner.
I'll make sparkle magic.
Before we like head off,
Mhm.
I do want to use my psychic whispers ability.
Mhm.
So that gives me it opens I have a telepathic link with each of you now within 1 mile for the next. Of course I rolled like shit. 1 hour. Minimum option. Unfortunately, the way it's written is only I can communicate with each of you and you can communicate back telepathically, but you can't necessarily communicate with each other. I'm the tower in between.
You're the
But
cell
just
tower.
giving us yes, I'm the cell tower, but at least
Got
just
it.
giving us some ability to communicate in case some shenanigans happen.
Okay.
Anybody else would like to do anything as you start to take your places?
Can I do anything? Let's see.
I'm gonna cast a light on Imp, and Imp is going to be like flying in circles around the float.
Yeah, there will be sparkle magic. It will probably vary throughout the parade route.
Okay.
So there will be sparkles, there will be rainbows, there will be ethereal glitter, there will be like glittery, jaunty music notes that float around the float as Iris is playing. And there will be lots of prestidigitation happening along the parade route.
I will um I think I can okay. I will start playing a song about it's probably like Hero by the Foo Fighters or something like that. And
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna start playing a song about a small town girl living in a lonely world.
no. And I do a sort of shortened version of it, and once I'm done playing, everybody has 10 temporary hit points because I'm actually casting motivational speech.
Love it.
And that was at 4th level.
All
You
right.
said 10 temporary
Yeah.
hit points.
As you are all getting settled, those that head to the back corners, so Owen and Wimnell, spot the remainder of the parade behind you. A handful of other floats, including a cart, kind of like an elevated cart that is directly behind you, holding a green and yellow colored lion, surrounded by 4 Eladrin, one of each season. You spot a group of illusionists warming up to cast some sort of show. No carts or platform or anything, just standing, just walking along or in between carts. Behind them, and near the very back, an official-looking platform with Coalescence guards clad in the same rainbow-stitched uniforms you spotted yesterday.
Really quick, because of the motivational speech, you also have advantage on wisdom saving throws. And if you are hit by an attack, you have advantage on the next attack roll that you make.
Lovely.
Sweet.
All right.
And does that persist as long as we have those temp hit points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you are out of the temp hit points, the spell ends.
Okay.
Such a good spell.
Do those coalescence guards look happy to be here?
Roll me an insight check.
Natural 20.
Hey.
yeah.
21.
Taking a look, there's a handful of them, probably like 10 or so, and they're kind of they're on this like tiered platform and like kind of scattered across all of them. Some of them look pretty jazzed to be here, you know, kind of very excited, chatting and kind of chatting with the illusionist in front of them. Um Seemingly pretty excited to be here and be a part of this. There are some that are, you catch one or two guards that are very clearly like kind of shifting in their uniforms. These uniforms look new, like not broken in. It's already getting hot at this time of day. It's starting to become midday, so it's already starting to be, as per usual during Pride, starting to become a bit sweltering. um so you see a couple guards, and the guards range from all races and genders. There's no like set real group, mostly dwarves, humans, and elves, but there are one or two kind of outliers. um and with the nat 20, yeah, you spot a couple that just kind of seem to be like, they're not really like jazzed to be here, but nobody's like outright throwing any sort of temper tantrum about being here. If they're not
Okay.
showing enthusiasm, they seem to be either uncomfortable in their uniform just because of the temperature and the newness of it,
Mhm.
or are just kind of, it's another day, it's another job, it's another beat. I just happen to be walking outside of the crowds, kind of.
Sam, question.
It's
Not sure if we were told this or if I'm just not remembering. Is the coalescence involvement because they're trying to tamper down on the celebrations, or because they're trying to um make it more their thing so they can say they're part of this? Like, are they trying to hinder the celebrations? So is that why they're here, or is it that, you know, they want it to be like an official government thing to make themselves look good, as opposed to,
sure.
we don't want you guys running this at all because it causes trouble?
Roll me a history check.
Um, Not great. I rolled 3, but 6.
Okay. You know, from, I'll say from bopping around town and talking to a lot of people that are involved, that the coalescence hasn't really interfered with the festivities. You've heard, I will say, even with a 6, you guys talked to a lot of people yesterday. You interacted with a lot of groups that span over all of, like, literally from food to costumes to locations. Like, you guys kind of went through everybody involved. That even with a 6, you do know that there has been some difficulties in planning this, but it's been like, suddenly I need a permit to, you know, set up this booth, or this regulation means that I have to choose a different mead because I'm not allowed to sell this one. More bureaucracy, if there have been any roadblocks, and their involvement in the parade seems to be specifically kind of that like corporate, hey guys, we're cool too. Look, we made our logo a rainbow. Or when like the local cops decal one of their squad cars with a rainbow for the month, that kind of feeling. Like, look, we have gays too. See, we're one of you. kind of feeling. Nobody is outright like, they don't seem to be very, especially these guards, like they don't seem to be very like giving anybody the stink eye or having or causing any trouble while you're all standing in line. But it's kind of just that, you know, they're here, they're making a presence known, that kind of thing.
Right. I guess what I was trying to figure out is if I don't even know how to phrase it. If there's anybody that is looking for, I don't want to say like actively looking for trouble.
Sure.
But
Has there been trouble before during
yeah,
any
like
of these
if there's
past
been
ones?
trouble and has the coalescence been like overly involved in that where they don't necessarily need to be.
I'll say both of you roll me one more history check.
Different dice.
Miss Jackson.
Jesus Christ, I rolled a 5 this time, so 8 instead of
Hey.
6.
Iris doesn't know a ton. You're not from here necessarily. Like you don't spend a ton of time here. You've heard like there's always kind of conflicts during a big like citywide celebration like this, even within like factions. Everybody tries to kind of put the factions aside today, but you're never gonna truly get away with it.
Yeah, I guess like I'm trying to like dance around being like overly political, but it's just
Yeah.
like, is there an overabundance of police presence here?
Yes.
Okay.
That and I specifically said that.
Sorry, I was like
No,
trying
you're
to
good.
figure out how to word
Word
it
it.
without like
Yeah. No, I specifically did say that a couple during our first session when you guys were walking between headquarters that there was an increased visible coalescence presence here in the city.
like if they're expecting trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, they know it's a large that's pretty obvious that there is it's an all hands on deck kind of situation, that there may be, instead of certain shifts, everybody is on shift today. That kind of thing. That you definitely have noticed a larger presence of coalescence guards the past couple days, and like not in the immediate area right now, but definitely when you guys have been walking around, a much larger presence.
I think Iris is probably watching to see if like they jump in and overhandle a situation that may not be tense, like that may not be intended to be tense or as tense as it, you know. Are you overhandling something?
Yeah, for sure. I will yeah, well, what's your passive perception?
Not great. 13.
Okay. We'll take that
I'm
into
pretty sure
consideration.
Iris is a satyr. She probably has ADHD.
As the best do.
Undoubtedly.
She's related to Dermot, so yes.
Yeah.
She gets
It's
really
genetic.
into playing.
It's part of the family.
Yeah, she gets really into playing her songs and sometimes forgets what she was doing.
Yeah. Tina, with your Miss Jackson, you do know that in the past, the coalescence, since Oxenfree has not always been an occupied city, but it is an occupied city in every sense of the word. Ever since the coalescence was founded, they tried to put a damper on the underground mafia of it all and try and kind of paint over that with a very shiny Stepford type, like, we're the coalescence. They want to make it water deep without the intention, without like cleaning away the grime of it not being clearly water deep.
Well, yeah, because that attracts people. You want the people to still come.
Because they also know that
Also, they purchase on the black market too.
They purchase on the black market too. They also know that getting rid of the factions themselves would devolve the entire city. It functions, just not in the legal way that the happy-go-lucky, we all get along, that the coalescence likes to have. So you know that in past years at Pride, there have been, there have been scuffles, no outright riots necessarily, but the coalescence is very much like towed that line of friendly neighborhood sponsor and outright just kind of scrubbing the whole thing to a government corporate glean.
Ugh.
And has towed that line. Sometimes they go over that line in small skirmishes and scuffles, but for the most part, no outright like big. The balance is always kind of stuck around.
There have been
Typically.
other problems, like non-coalescence problems. People
Yes.
disrupting. There have been.
Mostly in terms of like faction v faction. Whether it's like someone really stubborn who doesn't want to leave well enough alone during that day. Like, typically Pride is kind of a parlay day, but you get your assholes who get too drunk and still decide that it's gonna be, on site. For the most part, though, Oxenfree is very much a city that embraces Pride. It doesn't especially with your current faction leaders, many of whom are on some sort of rainbow spectrum. Anybody who in the past has exhibited that kind of vocal opposition has been stamped out. Whether it's been a peaceful stamping out or a not so peaceful stamping out. But yeah. But nobody like outright is too. Anybody that still has those views is smart enough to know to keep it quiet. You don't have a ton of protesters. You don't have a ton of things like that would kind of oppose the parade in general. Everybody knows that it's good for business. All right. Anything else anyone would like to do before you begin the parade? You have your telepathic bond up. You have some temp hit points. You have a glowing imp doing circles like a giant lantern.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't throw up on us. Just doing circles over and over for however long. Yeah, he's gonna vomit on us.
I might
Whatever.
make a constitution. I might make him make a constitution saving throw. We'll see.
I mean, really, the float's gonna be moving, so really, he's just gonna be like not really doing circles.
Zigzagging.
He's gonna be zigzagging across the float.
That makes me like thinking about that motion sickness just makes me want to like.
Please not
the
on
back
stream.
Of the throat tight.
Please not on stream.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a strike if you puke.
All right.
Oh, I'd be like, Twitch streamer pukes on stream.
Oh my god, you'll get TikTok famous.
Yeah.
I want to be TikTok famous.
No, like you can monetize that shit.
Being
Pay for our
TikTok
trip to
famous sounds
Chicago.
like such a chore.
I know.
All right.
Anywho,
You all spot Lust standing up and waving their arms, getting everyone's attentions to get on their floats. Everyone starts to scramble. Those that have floats join in. Ox gets settled amongst all the trees. And with a commanding wave from Lust, the first float, theirs, lurches forward to start the parade. Wait! A small voice rings out as a child dashes out from the group of observers that had been held back by wooden barricades near the front of the line. He sprints towards the floats, dodging between a few attendants that were still climbing onto their platforms before approaching yours. The small human boy dips past Iris. Why are you both named Iris on here? That's strange. I will fix that later. dips past Iris, and holds out a box to Ox. For you. Ox leans down, smiling, and says, "Thank you. Happy Pride. Don't want to miss the parade now." As he manifests a handful of flowers, which he trades for the box with a wink before the boy sprints off down the street to disappear back into the crowd. Ox opens the box, standing up straight again. Ox opens the box. And I will say, if anybody...
Everybody makes a dex save.
Everybody makes a dex save.
Right.
And the box eats Ox.
Well,
Maw open.
Ox.
That'd be a really great
Yeah.
idea.
Box eats ox.
Ox eats
Ox in
ox.
box.
Ox in box.
No
Ox
more
eats
ox.
ox in
Box.
oh my gosh.
Everybody roll me perception checks.
Would that make the box an oxen box?
Yes, it's an oxen box.
It's an oxen box.
The box of socks and ox. What are we rolling? Perception.
Pork got caught in the Dr. Seuss brain.
I just did
Yeah.
a full iris.
Perception.
really did.
Rhodes.
You just got Seussed.
24.
You got Seuss 24. Dustin.
Perception 12.
Guys, this is how this session's gonna go. Enjoy. Tina.
14.
3.
3. Tina, you're on the other. Like you see
Yeah,
nothing.
I see nothing.
You see
There's
nothing.
like there's a little person and they run up and then they leave and I just kind of like "Wah."
Yep.
No clue what's going on over there.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, Court. What did you roll?
14.
14. Oh, and you see, like, just through the trees as Ox kind of stands up. All of you see the box. Even Lilliput, like, you see, like, the child run off, and you're like, oh, that's cute. The rest of you see the box, and you, specifically Owen sees Ox open the box. I can't not. It's in my head now.
Oh no.
Samantha Seuss.
You see a very decadent necklace sitting within this box. And the colors as he moves it in the sunlight, you see it shifts the same kind of colors that are in the robe. That kind of like just, like color shifting, iridescent color. It's got like a nice like set of beads throughout the neck, like the full chain, and then ends in a very modest gem that's got like a not quite obsidian sheen to it, but still that like iridescent-y kind of multicolored.
So it's a box of rocks.
I will cancel this stream.
Don't make me turn this stream
Don't
around.
Make me turn this stream around.
Ox in socks opens the box of rocks.
Congratulations.
While goat on float sings about a boat. You're welcome.
Oh.
Do I notice where the kid goes after that? Like, do they go back? Are they still like on the perimeter? Like, oh, they just ran back to the perimeter where they were standing with their family, whatever. Or
You
did the kid mysteriously disappear?
I will say with the 24, because that's insane. You catch sight of the small boy duck under the barricade and start moving through the crowd. I will say you see him kind of move in the direction of the like open street, like the where the parade route is kind of hits if you're on the map, like this corner of the street where it like really starts. And then you kind of lose them in the crowd.
All and Ox is still standing there holding the box. with
Holding the
necklace,
box.
correct?
Yep.
I'll approach and put my hands out and say, I do think we should get going. I'll put that at the bottom here for you for now.
You don't think I should wear it?
I think it's very lovely, but until we know what it is, probably not best to put on random jewelry without testing it first.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's not a strong suit. 8.
It's okay. Oh, that's a D12, Sam.
That's okay. You can just roll the d12.
I don't
In
need.
fact, only roll the d12s.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need a D12's help to roll less than 10. Okay. He rolled a 4.
You might as well just switch to a D4, Sam. That way, when you roll the
I-
top of the dice, you're
you
like
know-
real happy.
You know, I really should.
Could have at least told her like a D8 or something. Dang.
No, like a D4. You might as well just not roll. Just don't even worry about it. You should just stop playing.
No. We like it when you play.
Just not when
Yeah.
you roll.
Oh, we still like it when you roll.
Yeah.
Thank you. With that, despite the 8 persuasion, Ox closes the lid and kind of gives like a dramatic but not really meaning it sigh, but very playful, and hands it off to you. Take good care of that present for me, would you?
Of course. He's gonna like stash it. There's gotta be somewhere on the float that he can just like
There's like
set it.
yeah, there's actually like there's a couple places. There's like little cubbies under the platform itself that you can actually see like packs and stuff that belong to like the other druids. And then there are like a couple places in between the trees that are like set dressing that you see are actually like openable containers.
Why not? I'll put it in a tree.
Okay, perfect.
Hopefully it doesn't explode.
I look at you and say, "What are you worried? It's cursed or something?"
I just want to make sure that while Ox is in our care, nothing happens. Better to be safe than sorry.
I mean, we can see if it's cursed.
Well, I can't, but if you can.
The next,
Imp, put on this necklace.
the next float moves as
Explodes
Imp
into glitter.
flies down like a little glow stick. And are you taking it out to put it on Imp?
I'm not taking it out. I'm just telling Imp to do it.
Okay.
Imp has thumbs. He can do it himself.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Imp, without hesitation, scrambles over to the tree, takes the box out, looks up at Wimnel for a second. This one?
Put it on. That's the one.
Opens the box, looks at the necklace. His eyes get kind of big for a second. Then he takes the necklace out, drops the box, just kind of haphazardly, and then puts on the necklace.
Do you feel cursed?
How does being cursed feel? What does it feel like?
When Mistress doesn't give you a spanking.
We should have named this D&D After Dark.
Man, do I want to blow one of my 2 spell slots to cast Fear on my own familiar? Whew.
It's up to you, my dear.
Just to say, it feels like this. Blammo!
It's up to you.
No, I won't do that. Do you feel different in any way?
Mm,
He's not starting to like swell like he's going to explode in a big poof of glitter, right?
Nope. He kind of looks around. Mm-mm.
I think it's probably fine.
You're not hearing whispers in your head, right?
More than usual, no.
You don't feel compelled to kill anybody?
More than usual, no.
No.
I don't know. I just
You
get a
don't-
Not
vibe from him.
entirely certain that I feel any better.
Better than usual? No.
Oh, let Ox wear the rocks. The box is clearly meant for socks.
Is that a song that I don't know?
The camera pans
okay.
over to the box and it just says socks on it.
Iris is strumming. I'm working on it.
Hmm.
God, I've only got 4 of these words that rhyme. I need a 5th word.
Words that rhyme with socks.
Locks.
Mm.
Crocs.
Oh my god.
This is not what this show is going to turn
Ox.
into. Nope.
The oxen Crocs with a box of rocks. That's not what this
Oh
is
my
turning
gosh.
into.
Is the ox wearing socks
and
and
Crocs with
Crocs?
Crocs?
Yes, absolutely.
Ox would wear socks and Crocs.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Ironically or unironically?
Yes.
Both.
Okay.
It started out ironically because it was funny, and then was
Mm.
like actually comfortable.
Yeah, like totes.
And and now
Yeah.
he's all about the Croc life.
Okay.
For sure.
On that note,
Give him the necklace.
Phone will just say, if you want Imp to give Ox the necklace, I suppose it's fine. Just being cautious.
It looks at you. No.
Give the necklace to Ox to wear, please.
Nods. Takes off the necklace, kind of like. I feel like Imp moves in that like Smeagol kind of way, like the like crouched
He
I hate
somersaults everywhere.
somersaults. So your Imp just kind of somersaults towards Ox, bumping into him a little bit. Ox looks down, having been ready to prepare to leave as the druids ahead of you are starting to get ready, and you hear the horses starting to kind of pick up the energy. Looks down.
I was gonna ask what the propulsion of these floats are.
Most. So you are being towed by a platform that is being towed by 4 horses. Other ones that do not seem to have any sort of magical maneuverability or like any obvious maneuverability, like Lust and Pride's, clearly magical
Okay.
in nature. Nox looks down at Imp, kind of smiles, looks over at Owen, and raises an eyebrow.
They say they tested it.
And he'll take the necklace and gives like a little bow and then somersaults back to Mistress. Ox will take the necklace and settle it, kind of take it, clasp it, and it settles on his chest. The obsidian piece, the big obsidian piece, kind of nestles and gets almost a little lost in like the tuft of fur and chest hair that he has. Just in time for the float to kind of start. And he braces himself with his staff as the platform is pulled out of the alleyway that you all are in and onto the street. He raises his staff after getting kind of a bit of his bearings and yells out to all of you, as well as the crowds around, "Let us go celebrate!" as the platform proceeds forward. I will put the map up. Bear with me. Stream. As we have the route map on stream, starting here next to Sloth. You all move to the first bend and proceed. The parade route loops through the northwest quadrant of Oxenfree before heading south. Passing Gluttony's marketplace, you see throngs of people crowding the edges of the streets, cheering and partying. You spot signs advertising greed's gambling centers, nestled inside open buildings that seem to be handing out refreshments to placate the hot day. Gluttony's marketplace, whilst typically almost always crowded, does seem to, you can kind of see through the open doors. Definitely less of a crowd inside, as everybody has kind of come out to see the parade. The floats coast through the streets. Every so often you hear the sounds of music from the bards up ahead of you, as well as the roar of the lion behind you. Noises from the illusionists setting off what appear to kind of sound like smaller fireworks. Your shadow kind of flashes every so often on the cobblestone as they light certain illusions that give off light, fairy fire, just kind of like all kinds of stuff.
Have you been talking this entire time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No.
Fuck, no. You guys look
We got
so
as far as
engaged.
the float stopped.
The float stopped. We
The
all
float
popped
stopped.
off to go get ourselves some alcohol and then
No.
waited.
Yeah,
Sorry.
start back at the float reaches the first bend.
That's how far back I have to go. Oh my god. All right.
Not worth it.
Fuck you all. Just roll
Fuck you guys, it
initiative.
just moves on.
Fuck it. You guys roll initiative.
Yeah,
doing the
roll
final
initiative.
battle.
It's already round
It's
3
already
of
round-
this combat.
Looked at you all, and you all looked just very engaged. Okay. Damn it.
This is what you look like to us.
Oh, great. Lovely.
I'm going to get like
You're like mid-word.
yeah, I'm gonna get
Need
one of those
like a-
clocks. It's just a tail that goes back and forth. So
Yes.
you
Yeah.
can tell
Yeah.
if something freezes.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
need to like
absolutely
put
what
a
I need. Or like
put a metronome on the
Yeah.
wall. that
or like a
just-
fish tank or something that just
Yeah.
constantly moves. Damn it.
So we reach the first bend. Then what happens?
Yes. The parade route loops through the northwest quadrant of Oxenfree before heading south. Passing Gluttony's marketplace, you see throngs of people crowding the edges of streets, cheering and partying. You spot signs advertising greed's gambling centers, nestled inside open buildings that seem to be handing out refreshments to placate the hot day. Gluttony's marketplace is, as you pass, quiet on the inside, as most shoppers or would-be, how can I say this? Merchants are kind of all outside gathered for the parade to celebrate. You do see as what am I trying? You got I lost it. It was so good the first time.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. Discord.
Discorded.
I got discorded. Fine. You hear this. There it is. You hear the sounds as you move of the bards ahead of you, creating noise and making music. As well as the lion behind you roaring as it greets and entertains passersby. Even the illusionists are making noise, firework type noises popping off with their illusions. Even in the noonday sun, you can see every so often your shadow kind of flash ahead of you as you see as their lights are popping from numerous different spells. Some that you recognize, like a good fairy fire or a good, dancing lights. Um, all just very, just kind of pretty and harmless for the most part. The floats then coast through the street, continuing south, taking a detour off the main road to dip through Wrath's Arena. The tiefling is seated on a great throne in the center of the raised platform you all fought on yesterday, waving at the passing parade. The stands are filled with cheering people, clearly congregated from Wrath's neighborhood. The streets were still the route was pretty full when you all came through, but this clearly has been kind of the place that everyone has shown up for Wrath. And her neighborhood has shown up. People are cheering. They all have flags and banners that look like colorful waves in the crowds. She has finished decorating. And it is decadent and just the insane amount of colorful. Among the floats, closer to the center of the arena floor, near Wrath's throne, some of her soldiers spar for continued entertainment as you all are passing. So, pretty standard hand-to-hand combat, nothing too gruesome or too violent, just some unarmed combat just to keep things lively. As Ox's float passes, Wrath gives you all a kind of lazy just salute. You do a loop through and around and back out to the streets of the arena. The noise of the crowds cheering, leaving you for a moment before you rejoin in the streets. Excuse me. Upon exiting the arena, the trail of floats heads north and then turns right onto the main east-west street that cuts that hemisphere of the crossroads, or Oxenfree. Heading towards the large bridge that crosses the river. The water itself in this great river is a shimmering rainbow enchanted to reflect all the colors instead of its brilliant blue. Think of St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, but rainbow.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
As you start to kind of slow down a little bit here, as everybody is taking their time crossing the Great Bridge. This bridge is large, big enough to hold kind of its 2 lanes of traffic. Otherwise, moving through the city would be impossible, as it's the only way to get to the other side. But as it is a centralized site, the crowds have mostly been kind of set to either side of the river. There's not a whole lot of pedestrian movement on the bridge itself, but the lust has slowed the process a little bit to kind of enjoy the moment of being the center of attention in the dead center of the city. As they start to cross, first Lust, then Pride, the bards, you escort Ox's platform. I need everyone to roll me a perception check, please.
19.
16.
10.
16.
Oh, and again. As you all are crossing the river and you hit kind of the center of the bridge, again, moving kind of more slowly than you have been through the city, Lust is clearly soaking up all of the attention and almost painfully taking their time turning off to a side street. You look around for a moment, kind of keeping an eye on the crowds, keeping an eye on Ox. There's no other buildings that are close to the bridge itself. You glance down at the river and watch as the water level starts to drop.
Like, how much, how quickly?
Pretty quickly.
No.
I will communicate telepathically with everyone in the group. Something's wrong with the river. Keep your eyes peeled. And, like, how far away is Lus? Is 2 floats ahead? 3 floats? 2, 3?
Lust is 2 floats ahead.
2 floats.
There's some people like interspersed between all of you, but 2 official floats ahead of you. And you can actually see now that Lust has kind of turned off and is like perpendicular to you all. Pride is, you guys are pretty much at this point dead center in the bridge.
Okay. And Lust is off the bridge and turning perpendicular going, what is that, south is where she is?
South. So like
There
they're
now.
right, they're like right here. Pride is probably like here.
Okay.
And you guys are directly over the water.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or the not water.
Or the not water at this point. Yes.
Yeah. Is there anyone on Lus float that I know?
Roll me let's do another perception check.
Dirty 20.
I will say that you spot a familiar face on Lus float that's like, it's one of the, I don't remember what race I gave them. I think they were a halfling or an elf or something. That had been helping yesterday that you know.
Okay.
That you know. You've seen around before, you know that works with Lust, yeah.
Okay. I can't add anyone to my psychic communication. I was gonna tell
The
them to
group
pick
chat.
up the damn pace. Yeah, to the group chat.
Is so we're right above the river.
Correct.
And you said something's wrong with the river, right?
Yeah. Owen alerted you all that the water line is dropping drastically.
Is it like dropping, like draining down, or is it dropping like pulling out?
Like pulling out.
Okay. Do we see animals all running that direction?
And where are we exactly now?
You all are right here.
Right on the bridge.
Right on the bridge.
Okay. Does it look like the river flows north to south, right?
Correct.
And I can't, from here, I can't see the wall. Like looking upriver, I can't see the wall to see if like the river is being blocked or dammed in any way.
You really, because of the bend in the river, you really can't see
Yeah.
the wall that it goes through. However, roll me a perception check.
Mm.
6.
Yeah, you really can't. You're on the wrong side of the float. I actually think you are on the wrong side of the float. Yeah, you are on the wrong side of the float. You're on the south side of this bridge, that it's hard to see, like, past all the trees and everything to be able to determine much else.
Okay.
But you can see
Yeah,
on your
so-
side that it is, like, pretty much drained down to the riverbed at this point. You see some fish, crabs, etc.
Okay.
When Owen says that something's wrong with the river, Iris, being the impulsive little satyr that she is going to hum a little note seamlessly in whatever she's playing, and all of a sudden you guys hear a weird chord that's like, that's not in that song. Did she just fuck that up? That's weird. And she all of a sudden lifts off the float because she casts fly on herself,
Sure.
and it's her instrument that does it, so I'm not expending a spell slot. I'm just expending one charge of my
I love bard
weapon of the bards.
bardic instruments. It's such a good magic item.
Yeah, and she's gonna kind of act like it's part of the show as she's kind of swooping around, but she wants to go see if she can investigate subtly get a closer look at what may be going on at the river.
Okay, go ahead and roll I'll say either investigation or perception.
Okay. I'm gonna use one of my advantages on this.
Okay.
That's a 14 plus 3, 17 perception.
You managed to get up above the trees on the platform, on the float, and even get a little higher. How fast can you fly? Is it 60 feet in a round?
60 feet. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problem at all. Let's see, where did I put you? Yeah, you are also on the south side of the float, so you can see Wimnell and you can see Lilliput, but you can't see Owen through the trees. But
Mhm.
you shoot up and kind of start to do like a very like showy, like aerial routine.
Yeah, and she probably starts playing like a really like upbeat, peppy song like that song, I'm coming out.
Love it. Add it to the
just to like
playlist.
try to get the crowd going, but also like
Take a look.
she's taking a look, yeah.
Also roll me a performance check.
Okay.
Which will be like 1,000,000, I'm sure.
Watch me like tinking.
Oh, and roll me another perception check too.
Okay, performance is 22. And the second perception is 7. That dice rolled well twice, and now not again,
tapped.
apparently.
And Owen, what'd you roll?
24.
24. Fantastic. It's okay with the 7, Iris, because as you go up, it's like you spot Owen, who Owen immediately you've been looking and kind of scouring. You've been searching more for the banks and like keeping the crowds alert and that kind of thing. Both of you spot it first. Is as the river has been pulling back and pulling back, you spot, because of where you are in the back half of the float, you are able to see around like this bend a bit better. And you see as this wall of water is just kind of poised. And Iris, as you, who have been with that performance check, keeping the like crowd going, Ox hasn't seemed to really notice at the moment. The other druids, the Eladrin behind you are rocking out. Everybody is just kind of like really enjoying the music that's happening here. You see Owen see this, and it's almost like a help action, basically, of like, okay, I know Owen sees everything. The man sees all. Spot him, spot the water. and you both almost at the same time watch as this wall of water, just as if a dam broke, unleashes and starts rushing towards the bridge and all of you.
How far away is that from us?
I would say probably about like 50 feet.
Would it be safe to a safe assumption based on experiences and what I know from traveling with current that somebody is using control water or some other spell of that sort?
Roll me either nature or arcana.
Which one sucks less? They're the same. Rolled an 18 though, so 19.
Okay. Which one did you roll?
Arcana.
Arcana.
I'm specifically trying to figure out if somebody's magically doing this.
I will say with a 19, you are able to determine that, knowing Current especially, and the fact that Current can do this, you've seen her like
Current's a
push
water genasi, like
right. You've seen her push the Kraken like
Mhm.
through dead squalls in like, I don't remember what it's called when like there's no wind on the ocean. But like through those dead moments in the ocean when you guys are sailing, she has done something very similar where you guys kind of like when a tsunami hits, she'll let the current kind of dip and then push all of that water forward. This is a very similar feeling, and you know water, and you know that like in our river this doesn't happen naturally, especially ocean, but in a river, especially like in this kind of area, that doesn't happen often, and it is probably magically bound.
so. Given that, as we see it roiling back before it's let go, Iris would cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay, what is the range on dispel magic?
120 feet.
Phenomenal. Uh,
So it says one creature, object, or magical effect within range, any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell 4th level or higher, the target has to make an ability check using my casting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
All right, and I'm sorry, I heard you and I was paying attention. What's the level that you don't have, 3rd level?
Yeah, so it's at 3rd level because this is also one of the spells that's on my instrument.
Okay, go ahead and roll
10
that.
plus 13.
Okay, so yeah,
and
go
it's,
ahead and roll that check.
Okay.
DC, so it's 10 plus the spell level.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for a DC 14.
Okay.
What's everyone
Oh,
else doing
God.
while this happens?
What dice am I using? Okay, I'm using my second advantage because I'm scared.
Okay. Before you give me before you give me that answer, what is everyone else doing? Go ahead and roll.
So we're on the bridge. Are
Yep.
we the only float on the bridge?
You are currently the only float on the bridge.
Okay.
You can see like the lion behind you and the Eladrin are like half on the bridge, and Pride is very similarly like the front half of Pride's carriage. Pride's float is not as long as your guys's. It's a carriage, so there's a little bit more space, but you are like the ones centralized on this.
Okay.
That is all 4
Um,
wheels, along with the let me put it this way. So your platform, Ox's platform, is centralized on the bridge. You've got your druid friends in the front that are a little bit more in the front half, and then Pride, whose wheels are kind of half off.
Okay. Because I am in the back of the float.
Yes.
How far away is the float behind us from us? Is there like a
10,
10-foot
15 feet.
gap?
Yeah.
15. Okay.
10, 15.
Can I see the person driving that float?
Yeah, there's 4 Eladrin that are like constantly circling the float.
Or any of them who's driving the float?
It doesn't seem like any of them specifically is driving. There is no driver of the float. It seems like it is moving alongside them.
Okay.
If you want to roll me an Arcana check, I can give you more information.
Yeah. Let's try Arcana. I'm gonna use a different die for this.
Okay.
Famous last words. $11.
I'll say. It is similar. You are seeing, looking back at the Eladrin, you can see that at least one of them has, actually all four of them, are controlling a sector of the platform with like a tensor's floating disk type spell.
Okay. I am going to get the attention of and shout at the nearest. Ideally, all of the Eladrin are going to hear me say this,
Sure.
but I can only target one person with suggestion.
Okay. I will.
And I am.
Sure.
And I will shout, "Get off the bridge!"
Okay. Tell me about suggestion then.
You suggest a course of action or activity limited to a sentence or two. Get off the bridge.
Yep.
And magically influence a creature you can see within range, 30 feet, that can hear and understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune, but they make a wisdom saving throw or do what I tell them to, unless it puts them in, imminent mortal danger.
Sure. You catch sight of the spring Eladrin. What is the DC?
17.
17.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. I don't know if you know this about Eladrin. But similar to the Eladrin that you all know and love, not very wise. It is a 16, so she fails.
Okay. She fails.
Fails.
She does whatever she can to get off the bridge, and hopefully all of her friends heard me shout that as well.
You hear her start to shout in Sylvan with kind of an urgency to her sisters. Whether
Iris speaks Sylvan. She understands what they're saying.
you hear shouts of like, you heard her, move! No, move them back! And like squabbling Sylvan noises. As the one who was suggested tries to start persuading them to stop. I will say with that course of action, I heard a woo.
Maximus,
Woo.
you're okay.
That float does stop at the very least for now.
Okay.
Owen.
He can't magically tell anybody to stop, so because he's already towards the back, he's literally just gonna turn to the next float and the people there and tell them to like back up.
Roll me a persuasion check. Or an intimidation check.
Those are the same number, but I think I have a
An advantage.
advantage left, so
Because I'm taking a similar action, can I just lend Rhodes my skill bonus to that?
I think that's how it works.
That works.
Okay, well, one was a natural one, so I'm glad I used my advantage. So 9, let's say intimidation. He as he's saying it, he unsheathes his weapons to make it intimidating and scary.
That's totally fine, because the wizard nerds that are behind the Eladrin look at you, look at your weapons, and immediately are like, yeah, let's go, move. And they start to like kind of scramble backwards towards the guards that are not quite knowing what's happening either.
Cool.
Lily put.
Iris, do we know what you're doing?
We have a group chat, right?
No, we
through Owen.
You just took off.
Yeah, you can tell me.
You can tell Owen,
and then I can
then
relay.
disperse it.
Probably what she would have done, like
I will say for
Owen
sake of ease,
conveyed...
I will say for sake of ease, you guys, that Owen is like an open communication mic. Like
Yeah, so-
Owen's brain is speaker. Unless Rhodes, you tell me that Owen does not
No, that's fine.
pass something through, just making it so much easier for all of us. We're gonna say that Owen's brain is an open line.
He just
Yeah,
has
so-
those like channels open. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, it's like party line. is
Yeah,
really what
when,
we're
It's
at.
party
Okay.
line
Yeah, there
unless
you
you
go.
tell me something otherwise.
When Owen said there was something wrong with the river, Iris probably conveyed that I can get a closer look.
Mhm.
And then when they saw the wall of water, she probably said, I think I can stop it. Or so her motivation is basically like keeping them
Yeah.
from A, pushing it out further, but B, like being able to control it to come over the crowd. You know, she's hoping that it will go back into its river space. um, I I think I can help. And then that's when she will cast the dispel magic.
Okay. So we know what's going on.
You know what's going on at
Because,
this
you know,
point.
because yeah, okay. Just making sure because I
Otherwise, there's
perceived
just like a flying goat playing Diana.
I know,
Ross
I'm
in
just
the
like I
sky,
perceived jack shit, so
I think at this
Like-
point you see Owen take off. You
Mhm.
see
Iris
Windmill
was on the
starting
front
to
corner
yell.
with you too. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Iris was on the front corner with Lily.
Yeah, I know.
So you would have at least seen her like all of a sudden take off. Her small goat tail was probably going like this.
does that stabilize her?
Obviously,
Like a
it's
little
like a tiny
rudder.
propeller.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, since Iris is gonna be
On. Iris isn't gonna do anything. This time I noticed. So let's see how long it takes to come back. Should I tell you all secrets? While I'm waiting on them. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that they're watching. I don't know. I don't think anyone's listening. I feel like I should tell you all secrets. That little kid was not a little kid. Yeah, we're raising money for the It Gets Better project. Every Nat 1, Nat 20, or Miss Jackson, aka Hey, I'm back.
Hey,
Oh.
OBS
We're
took a
back,
big
baby.
crap.
I
Big
was-
doo-doo.
I was actually watching the stream and you were vamping by yourself.
I was vamping. Were you listening or were you just
No.
watching? Oh, okay, good. Because I told secrets.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, shall I tell some secrets to a stream that's not being watched? I feel like I should.
Secrets, Dustin's secrets, or just
No,
random ones?
Like secrets about what we're doing currently.
Oh,
Ah, okay. Well,
Yes.
how heavy is this float?
Heavy.
Does it have like legit trees
Yeah,
on it?
it's like legit
plant.
trees.
Cool. Okay, then I'm gonna ready an action to cast levitate on myself and on Ox. I'll twin spell it if I need to.
Okay, perfect.
But I'm not gonna. The float will just have to be wherever. But
That's totally cool.
sorry.
All right. And don't hate me all, but I need to take a quick 5.
Okay.
Type
So,
5.
We're gonna take a tight 5 on a cliffhanger. Court, hold your roll. And sorry y'all, I
rolled it. I have it ready. Just
You rolled
whenever
it.
you're
You
ready.
have it ready. We will be right back. Tight 5. All right.
All right.
Tight. My bad. And we're back.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hello, internet. It may not have been a type 5, but that's okay. All right. The wall of water has started, just as this starts moving, everybody has started warning nearby, floats and parade participants and holding spells. Fort, what did you roll for Dispel Magic?
I used my second advantage. I rolled a 19 plus my modifier is 4, so 23.
Damn. Yeah. You watch as the wave, as you dispel the magic, and you watch as your own magic, this kind of light, sparkly energy, crashes into not water, but this like arcane field, and just shatters it. The wave, which would have been propelled by the spell, still is coming towards you all with the force of it having been let go and unleashed, just not with the same kind of ferocity, ferocity of being propelled by magic. So, with that in mind, you all watch as this very, 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 very tall wave is still coming towards you, just not with the same wall of water force and more of a wave that is going to eventually peter out. You're just not quite sure. It's still looking kind of tall as it's approaching the bridge. So I will say, I assume the levitate spell gets popped off.
Yeah, I mean, if it looks like it's going to come significantly over the bridge in the sense of like, this seems like it's definitely going to be at least a few feet taller. We all know that you don't go into the water, that you don't know how deep it is, because your car will float off, and I'm assuming your float is probably the same.
Yes, perfect.
We're being pulled by horses?
Yes.
How far away? Like, they're at the front of the thing. How far away are they?
You've got your platform, you have the orchard platform in front of you, which is only like a 5-7 foot like snapshot of the orchard. And then the horses are in front of that. So like the end of the literal tail end of the horses, of the back two horses, is probably like 10 feet away.
10 feet away?
10, 12 feet.
And and Ox is center of our thing?
Ox is center of your thing.
Okay. And there's druids and stuff on the the orchard platform. Cool. Then before I pop off the spell, I'm just gonna shout to them to cut the horses loose.
Okay.
So they can fucking run.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I don't want poor horsies down the river. 22.
22. A couple of the druids look over at you, look at each other, see where everyone's attention is heading, and immediately jump off of their platform and start cutting reins.
Yeah. And I'll levitate myself and Ox.
Ox lets out kind of like this cry of surprise being picked up. But you all watch as the wave starts kind of being buffeted by the sides of the river in less control than it probably would have, but with less force, as it comes down and crashes against the bridge. I will need everybody who is still standing on the bridge to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I need to roll
I'm
some
up in the air
things.
still.
You are up in the air, as is Lilliput and Ox.
Tina, don't you have to roll wild magic for levitate?
I do.
Yes.
I also need to.
Unicorn.
So I need dexterity saving throws.
Fireball, just burn the water, it's fine. Steam everywhere.
Steam everywhere.
That always seems like a good idea until you remember that the rushing wall of water just becomes really hot.
Yeah.
And then you have like a Herculaneum situation and it's not good.
Yeah.
Mm,
I think you're up to 2.
yeah, I'm up to 2. 3.
Damn.
And now you're up to 3.
Yep.
You've been cutting it so close. It's absurd. That's also why I can't play a wild magic sorcerer. And why I really want to play a wild magic sorcerer, but probably shouldn't because I roll too many ones.
It's so fun. It's
Ah.
so fun.
Owen and Wimnall, what are your dexterity saving throws?
I already forgot how to math. 21.
17.
Okay. You both are able to kind of like. How do you avoid the water? I'm not even going to try and describe it. How do you avoid the water? And the
Just-
resulting moving platform as it gets buffeted by this tide.
Does the water is the water strong enough that it's breaking the bridge, or it's just moving?
No, it's just pushing. It's enough force to push the platform over, but not over the other side. It's just enough to kind of start moving it towards up against the parapet.
Okay.
And like flood the whole thing, probably up to like your knees. Enough of that
Gotcha.
kind of water, but not enough force to like really, especially with those dexterity saving throws, you're not pushed off.
So as the water comes up over the top of the bridge and slams into the float is like this, and it kind of tips up to move and then sets back down, right?
Yeah.
As that happens, Wimnall just takes an extra step, like into the water, like in that direction, and just absorbs that tip and push like she's surfing.
Hell yeah.
Like she just like takes a step and then plants her feet on the
On the
on the
bridge.
platform.
Okay.
Sweet.
Owen.
Owen is basically going to dive in the direction of the water and use like whatever like handrail, guardrail, etc. And like he's just gonna dive underneath that and use that so everything just kind of goes over his head.
Perfect. Love it.
It's not as cool
Um,
as surfing.
Sam, where is Lust in all of this?
Lust is like right about here.
Okay.
Pride's
Since
float
Iris
is about here.
Okay. Since Iris is still kind of flying around and she knows, Lust is kind of the de facto head honcho of this.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna swoop in towards Lust.
Okay.
And and kind of keep playing but get close as if she's like bringing the party to Lust, but kind of try to whisper in their ear, something's going on with the river. Somebody just tried to break the bridge with a squall.
Lust smiles and like smiles in like a very action-y, like acting type way. Like you can absolutely see through it. You're a performer. You see it. Like doesn't stop in the waving and the like the cheering and kind of the dancing, but immediately their head turns and like snaps towards the bridge and immediately sees Lilliput and Ox kind of floating. Ox has now kind of like gotten over the shock and it's like really like into it and digging it and like just kind of hanging out and partying.
Yeah, do a little dance in the air.
Keeping the vibe going without like setting off any panic. It seems like he's kind of rolling with it.
You can literally do rolls.
That's it, yeah, like a dude, like somebody in like a harness and like in strapped up to like fly. 100% that's what's happening. He's just like just rolling. And Lust seeing Ox safe, not on the ground, but safe. You hear them kind of curse under their breath, still keeping the facade up. And they look at the rest of the parade behind your group. and then look at Pride, but immediately look at everybody behind you and says, I'll take care of it.
Mm.
Keep an eye on Ox. Keep him safe.
And she just like pulls some like glitter out of her pocket because she keeps glitter in her pocket.
Of course she does.
And just goes like
Huh.
it, you know, like
Just
still like part of the
settles.
performance, right?
Yeah.
And she just says one last time, I know it was magic because I dispelled it, and I sail with a water genasi all the time. So they might try to do something else, but we're keeping an eye out. And then doesn't really wait for a response, but she just like takes off again. And as Ox is in the air with Lilliput, she starts playing Bad Romance, like because
Mhm.
that's got a good beat to it, so you can start tumbling in the air to some Lady Gaga.
Mhm.
Perfect. The water starts to does die out and leaves the bridge intact, and any of the floats that were on the bridge, thanks to all of your quick thinking, is relatively intact. So there's a couple trees on Ox's float that are snapped, but nothing that is too out of the ordinary. He actually, like, on one of the loops,
Mhm.
sees like the little bit of destruction on his float and just immediately like points his staff and another tree grows in its place. Little to no issue. The Eladrin behind you, one of them is calming the lion that is starting to kind of get a little grumpy about it, but is otherwise just laying there, kind of just chill. Iris, you catch a quick glance behind you at Lust's float as they point to a couple people who immediately jump off the float and peel off into the crowds. You don't
And
see where
Iris
they're
will
going,
convey-
but
Yeah, and Iris will convey to Owen so that, you know, Owen Mail, um, that she told Lust what was going on, and they said they would take care of it, but we need to keep Ox safe.
That's on auto forward to everyone. So that's no problem.
Mm.
Perfect.
Here's like the mailing list.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's a listserv.
Listen.
Yeah.
He's the admin of the forum, and he's
Yeah.
like approved.
Yeah.
Approved.
The druids in front of you managed to gather the horses that they had let loose. The horses had kind of like dashed around Pride
Mhm.
and moved further down the street. The street is actually clear at this point. Like the other half of the main street that leads back out of town is clear as the route kind of kicks back towards the bridge later on. They do manage to rein in those horses. Actually, they managed to rein in 3 of the 4, and after a moment, like, you watch the druids, like, watching, Lust picks up their pace again, Pride picks up their pace, and in order to not be left behind, the druids are kind of bickering a little bit, like, no, you do it. No, I don't want it. No, you do it. Fine, and just boom. And one of them turns into a horse, and they hook them up to the cart as the missing link.
That sucks.
That's real fucking funny though.
That's such a druid thing, though. Like, that shit happens.
Next time it's your turn.
It's like whoever's the most junior, like, you just have to turn into
Yeah.
the pack animal.
I kind of regretted not making all 4 of them turn into horses, but this is much better to me.
Yeah.
This one is instead of like a standard horse, it's very much the horse from Willy Wonka. That like color shifting, like color changing. I don't remember what he calls it, but yes.
Isn't it the horse of a different color from the Wizard of
Yes.
Oz?
Is it the
It's
Wizard of Oz? Is it
Yeah.
Wizard
Yeah,
of
it's when
Oz?
she goes into the Emerald City.
Yes.
Yeah.
Horse of a different color from Wizard of Oz, yes.
It's a horse of a different
I don't know
color.
why I thought Willy Wonka.
Because Willy
'Cause
Wonka
many
is a
colors.
fucking acid trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's what I was thinking. All right, you all settle. Eventually, the levitate spell
Oh yeah, we'll
Uh,
lower down.
lowers everyone down.
Let
and
Ox,
you were-
like moonwalk his way down.
Yeah, he kind of like
Mm-hmm.
he's very like into the music and like whatever Iris is putting out, and like kind of dances his way down until he's settled back on the floor, and then proceeds to continue dancing and like starts to do a little bit of like fairy fire himself, kind of following your lead, Lilliput, and just kind of,
Making it pretty.
yeah, digging it.
She's playing Freedom by George Michael now.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. You all, let me throw the map back on, and hopefully OBS doesn't freak out. Everyone's still here?
We're good.
Cool.
Yes.
For now.
Bye.
Dance check.
Dance check. Water break. That is the reason you can redeem points for a dance check, is because of the freezing problem we have. All right. The parade continues south along the river. Where the hell is my mouse? There we go. Crowds are lounging along the banks, enjoying the water as it rises back to usual levels. Most of the crowd had seemed a bit concerned at the waterworks. Some are looking at you all a little with concern or a little strangely. But they seem placated by your dancing and crowd work, as well as the colors starting to come back into the river. The wave had kind of turned into this like muddy gray brown grossness.
Ugh.
Also, funny enough, like the river in Chicago after St. Patrick's Day, when the dye has kind of settled. And has started kind of falling back into that pretty rainbow with those levels settling. Many from the west side of town are now filtering across the bridge. As you look behind, you see the remaining platforms or floats. Excuse me, the Eladrin having gotten their lion settled. The rest of the groups falling in behind. It seems that the parade is now being tailed by everybody, all citizens from the west side of the city. But they break, as you watch the tail end of the parade leave the main street. Those crowds, instead of joining the groups that are on either side of the road, end up actually breaking off and heading towards the party grounds. So they seem to be trying to get ahead of the game and go towards Lust and Envy's area. The major turn near the south gate heads east a little bit. Cutting into Greed's neighborhood. This neighborhood is a lot more decadent, at least on the facade of it. You can see like the breakthrough, you can see the old bank building, and you can see as you all pass along the outskirts of it, the south gate, where there are still guards, there is still movement in and out of the city, but for the most part is kind of not contained but settled. The route does actually turn almost directly at the south gate, but then heads northeast to go back into the neighborhood, pinned between luxury residencies and high-end shops in this area. These sets of buildings specifically are a lot of it's much quieter, but it's a lot of balconies, very like you need an appointment to shop here kind of stores. A lot of jewelry glittering in the windows, high-end luxuries as opposed to the needs and wants that you would see in like Gluttony's marketplace. A lot more of the wants than the needs, so to speak. In terms of populace here, though, this stretch of the parade route isn't as populated, considering this street is very narrow, as it is pinned between these buildings and the wall itself. Probably only about 30 feet wide. There's still a sidewalk, lampposts, that kind of thing. But it gets quieter here in the parade route. You still hear music, you still hear cheering. There's some people still on balconies enjoying the like almost private show. But even like you can see the Eladrin kind of let some of the magic fall a little bit. Everybody kind of takes a breather here as you've hit more of the past the halfway point of the parade. There's not a ton of people on the sidewalks or up against the wall. It's a very kind of tight squeeze. But it doesn't take long to see the next turn up ahead that would turns left as Lust's float turns down a side street to snake between Greed and Pride's buildings. You all know are aware of the map and the route that you're supposed to be taking. Pride's float turns left, and those in front, so that is Lilliput and Iris, spot Pride kind of starting to preen and fix his clothing and freshen up for his neighborhood. His usual kind of glittering gleam, this continual sunset on his hair and face, glows a bit brighter. As he sits up a little, he actually kind of stands in his carriage, readying himself for the people of his neighborhood and his faction. As they turn down the street and follow Lust. The bardic music grows dim as the buildings block them, and you watch the big tank with the mermaid kind of slosh a little bit. Not dangerously so, but just enough as they turn and the tank and the platform turn with her. She kind of perks up. She had been taking a bit of a breather, floating in her tank. She perks up, sticks her head up above the surface and kind of leans on the edge of the tank and starts waving at those that are more inside the neighborhood. You all follow. Just as the orchard float in front of you is about to turn, a shimmering wall of arcane energy springs up in front of the horses, blocking their way and causing them to panic in a symphony of whinnying and neighs. Behind you, another wall of similar arcane energy blocks the street, cutting your platform off from the illusionists and coalescent guards, basically trapping the orchard, yourselves, and the Eladrin in a box on this street. Any actual people that had been populating this area on the balconies you hear confused cries and confused, like, what are they doing? Is this a show? This is weird. I've never seen this before.
Private show.
Ox kind of looks around, looks at the druids in front of him, who are all kind of like shrug and are all trying to placate the three actual horses, who are panicking in this moment. He says, hold on, I'll get a better look. His form shimmers as he goes to kind of crouch and make himself smaller, turning into this bit of mirage. You just saw this movement happen with the druid that turned into a horse. But as he begins to shrink and you see his arms kind of start to grow into wings, it shudders, his form kind of shudders, and then solidifies back into his bovine form as he kind of staggers in the way. before he drops to a knee, kind of holding onto his staff. Shadows cross over the street below you as people drop to the stones, launching themselves off of nearby balconies and the wall itself, surrounding your float. The Archdruid, one barks before lunging towards Ox's platform. And I need all of you to roll initiative. As we switch you. No, don't ping. Activate, please. And I apologize for those that can't see the minis. I will try and keep this as zoomed in as possible. What I should do is put like a little window on our overlay that is just the initiative order.
Yeah.
That is okay. I'm gonna do this. Bear with me. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of scene setting here. As we go through. Nope, I wanted that open. Thank you. Oh, Foundry. You are all labeled. Ox is labeled. And because I couldn't find Eladrin and didn't feel like making an individual Eladrin minis at the time, the commoner minis are your Eladrin compatriots, and the lion is a lion. However, I'm gonna ruin the surprise. It is a dandelion. So its mane is this big, huge yellow ruffle,
So fluffy.
and its body is this bright green. If you look it up in the monster manual, because I'm pretty sure it's in one of the monster manuals now, it is cute as fuck. So yes, let's do. I'm actually going to take some. We're gonna do this. One, I'm just gonna do these together. So when the rogues go, all the rogues will go. When the knights go, all the knights will go. I'm sure it'll fuck up something with their statuses, but whatever. So let's do that. Wow, D&D Beyond. Bear with me, y'all. Could I have done this before we started? Sure.
Meh.
I just put for sake of ease along. You also rolled like garbage. Oh, an ox. Sure. All right. Lilliput.
14.
Okay. Imp.
Oh yeah,
And
it
Wimnall?
goes separately. Wimnall is at 22.
And Imp.
And Imp is at 18.
Damn. Okay. Iris.
11.
That's okay. No.
9.
Buddy.
I
What?
know.
Oh no.
What happened?
I rolled a 4.
Oh.
Yeah. That's fine. It means
No.
I'm saving the good rolls for combat.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. All right. And I will give you guys a bit of mechanical options. You do have, I did not include the druids. I'm going to say that they are busy keeping the horses calm.
Mhm.
Too many people otherwise. However, the Eladrin and the lion, if you would like to use your action for a persuasion check,
Mhm.
you will get control of an Eladrin. In addition. Otherwise, they are currently keeping the lion, if you'd like to appeal to the lion. Otherwise they are keeping the lion calm. So you have options. However, you see as many people approach. I did not intend for them to look like Owen's mini, but you know,
Rogues all look alike.
Rogues
What can you say?
Oh my god, you can't just say
damn.
That is
Coordinate.
so classist.
That's so. Yeah. That's racist.
Because they all grew up in
Oh.
the same orphanage.
It's
No.
Just like it's literally the
It's
uniform.
true.
That's rude.
Honestly though, like
So rude.
I need to show you guys these minis when we're done because they're actually pretty
Okay,
cool.
but like, Owen was adopted by dwarves. So yeah, that is actually part of his backstory. So I can't be mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
That's so sad.
I know.
All right. Here we go. Start of the initiative. Bear with me. I just want to check my notes. Yeah. All right. No.
All right. So I am going to cast Witch Bolt. Not Witch Bolt, Eldritch Blast. And I just want to double check. Yeah.
And guys, just so you know, I built this map by scratch, so I'm actually really proud of it. Ignore the
It looks
jankiness.
really good.
Does it?
It looks
Make
really
me
good.
proud.
Doesn't look
yeah.
janky at all.
I am going to target this dude
Okay.
and this dude.
Cool.
Because I get 2 beams. I'm gonna go pop pop. So first this guy.
I should have left them all in the initiative, but the initiative.
Well, that
tracker
die
too
is
long.
gone. I'm gonna try that again. That was an 18 on the die, so like 27.
Against
I
AC.
assume hit. Yeah, 27 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Uh,
That will hit the first guy.
and the first guy takes 11 points of force damage and is pushed 10 feet away.
Into the grass? Nope. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know why it does that. I should be able to move him when it's not his turn. I'm the DM. Why, Foundry?
My second attack against
Okay, just remind me. He'll be there.
this guy was also a 27
Yes.
to hit, and that was 13 points of force damage, and he is also pushed 10 feet.
with me.
which
My mouse is
I
dying.
don't know, maybe puts him here. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, we'll say there.
Okay.
So let me just put a note, a mark.
Are you serious? You can't move them?
No, it says that until their turn, I can't move them because it's not their turn. I
But
don't know how to.
you're-
I know. I own this whole thing.
You're God.
I know.
I thought, but if a god can be wrong,
And if I fuck with anything, I'm pretty sure I know which thing is doing it, but I would have to reset
Yeah.
the shit, and I don't want to. So
okay.
we're just gonna make markers, and they'll move on their turn. All right, Windmill. Anything else?
No, that is it.
Okay. The Eladrin and the Dandelion are going to continue doing their thing. Imp, who's
Imp,
glowing, unless Imp is not glowing anymore.
Imp glows for like a minute.
Okay, so Imp doesn't.
Oh no, Imp glows for an hour.
Oh.
So Imp is glowing.
Yeah, I'll say you guys are. I will say at this point in the parade, your telekinetic connection, your psychic connection, and anything that's been within the hour, like an hour, is still up. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
This is supposed to be fun. I'm not gonna like have an hour about it.
Yeah, Imp is going to he's just gonna move here.
Okay.
And just take the dodge action.
Okay, got it.
Imp.
Actually, he is going to take the help. He's going to prepare an action, the help action,
There it
so
is.
he can help me on my next turn.
Correct. Okay, got it. Lilliput.
Which way are we actually facing?
You are heading north.
Okay, so we're.
So you would
I'm
have been facing north.
Okay.
You guys are heading up
Okay.
on this.
So we're heading up. I just wanted to
Yeah,
check.
you
who
are
I could
heading in-
actually see.
Yeah, you are heading in this direction. There should be horses here. Again, I was lazy. Listen.
Okay, so I can see, and so I can see there's one dude here,
Yep. You see the guy
Um,
here.
and then one dude there,
Mm-hmm.
and then the people in houses, can we see them or no?
Roll me a perception check.
19.
19. You see that almost all of the balconies and like anybody that would have been hanging out along this sidewalk that seems to have kind of like been kept as like a I don't know, like a walk to get into shops and stuff is pretty much cleared out. I will say though that you do see this guy up here, who has not
Okay.
cleared out. Otherwise, for the most part, like any like citizens are gone.
All right. And how high up are those people?
That,
How high are those first balconies?
those balconies are I'm trying to think, about 15 feet. They're like a first floor balcony.
Okay. Cool. Then
It's like 15, 20 feet.
yeah.
I know. I say 15, 20 feet. That range actually matters. See?
It's more are they above things that I can do, or are they not above the things?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so right down, I'm just gonna lay it in this space. I'm just going to wall of fire
Okay.
here, and
Let me do.
yeah, I can get 60 feet, I believe. So whatever, let's see. Probably from about back like mid back here to somewhere up here. I want to get it kind of up in that space.
Okay.
Is a wall facing out. So we're
Perfect.
not, I'm not burning anyone in the parade.
Yeah, of course.
And that the person who is next to here, the little knight guy who's there near me, needs to make a dex save.
Got it. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to update this so I know exactly what the hell you just did. Orange for fire.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Orange-
guy.
Yeah, this dude up
This guy here. And this guy who is in it. I can't move
yeah,
him
is he
yet,
in-
but he's in it. That's his circle.
Oh, okay.
They
He's
both
in the
need to make
dex saves
dex saves.
of dice.
The rogue makes it. The knight. Probably doesn't. What's the DC?
17.
The knight does not make it. The rogue does.
Okay. 20, 26, 26. So 33 fire damage halved for the rogue.
So 15, 16. Got it.
Okay.
Cool.
I need to roll another die to see if something explodes.
Fireball. Fireball.
No. You could see it's like you see it starting and it's just like it fizzles out. It's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna get you one more time in this session. I need it. I need one more.
It's up to
He just
4.
yells,
Yeah.
"We're in the danger zone, guys! We're in the danger zone!"
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
I hope you have like a mood ring that like changes colors as the range gets higher.
No, it's literally like one of those like emergency alert things that just like magically flashes up. There's like a warning and a
siren.
siren.
That's awesome.
So
now I want to
we
play a
have
Warforged that does that. It's literally a warning
It's like-
light.
Yes.
It's like built in.
Yep.
Okay. Then yeah, we're good there. So we separate off from that person, and yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay here near Ox.
All right. Ox stands up from his kneel, leaning heavily on his staff, and goes to cast a spell facing away from the wall. Like, sees you handle the fire and handling that crowd control, turns towards the other side, and goes to cast a spell and kind of, like, grunts and kind of bends over, and just the spell fizzles in his hand.
Buddy.
He's just kind of like, he's leaning very heavily on the staff and just trying to keep himself up.
Oh.
Iris.
Okay, so actually I have a question.
Yes.
Fly lasts for 10 minutes. I am just not sure how much longer she would have left on it.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, not great. 4.
You probably have like, I'll give you like a round.
Okay, that's all I need. I'm still up in the air at this point. I never landed.
Okay.
So, what I would like to do is land right here next to Owen.
Okay.
And she just says, "It's my last 4th level, pal." Slaps him on the back, gives him that greater invis.
Yes.
And then starts strumming another little tune, and I think Lily and both Lily and Wimnell are in my range. So I'm gonna give a little bardic inspiration to Wimnell.
Okay.
So that's a D8, Dustin.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Perfect.
So yeah. You should get all your sneak attacks and much advantage.
Stabby stab, your turn.
And so
Uh,
this guy
this guy is
actually
here.
this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the fire is going out, so I could
Yeah,
stab
correct.
into the fire.
Yes.
Yeah, that side of the fire is just kind of tickly.
Just kind of tickly.
Yeah.
Cool. I like to be
Stab,
tickled.
stab, stab
Sounds
in
weird.
that burning wall of fire.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
So he's gonna step over there and wonder what the fuck my dog is doing. Okay, weirdo.
Poor AC.
And then gonna try to stab this guy.
Eat.
Wow. When you roll a
you
pair
hear?
of 4s.
Oh,
Devastating.
12.
well, will not make it.
Okay, that's okay.
Try again.
I'm gonna get some other ones. You guys are apparently tapped out.
I need you. Oh, it's funny.
I have a
I
lot
have
of
your.
dice
I
and
got your
dice
birthday
jail.
present today, and finally in the mail. I have to give it to you on Saturday.
Somehow one of those is still another 4, but it's a total of 20. Wait, math. 28 because I rolled a 16.
Oh my God! Yes. Jesus.
No, 26. Sorry.
Still. Damn. Yes.
Well, that's the offhand psychic one, so it's not as much.
Well, you still get to do sneak attack.
But you still get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Just not as much with the weapon. That's okay.
Yeah.
Roll good.
Moderate.
It's better than low.
17 points of damage.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, you stab him good. He wasn't looking great to begin with. Like, you guys have put the hurt on him. He is not happy.
He's on fire.
He's on fire.
So that sucks for him.
Somebody stabbed him.
I'm now playing that song by Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire.
Yep. All right. Anything else you would like to
That's
do?
all I got. No, that's me in a nutshell.
All right. Magically, nothing happens as the gentleman up in this balcony has been cut off, but everything remains as it was. The rogues finally get to move, so let me push him here, and let me push this one here. What?
Nope, it's
Rogues
not his
cannot
turn yet.
move. But that's all the rogues. Do I have to add them all? Ugh. Hold on, sorry guys.
Stupid
Foundried.
rogue.
Fucking discorded, foundried. I gotta find all these
Soused.
fucks.
We got Soused earlier.
Just not doing great.
A+ day for us.
Doing grand. Is that all of them? Which means I have to add the other knights in. Just trying to make things easy. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. It's not your turn. Fuck me. Ah! Okay. Oh my god. Alright.
Okay, if it were me, I'd be like so flustered because I suck at Foundry so bad.
He's okay. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Buddy. Does still get to move and will close the distance to Wimnel. Damn it. I got discorded again. Guys. OBS really hates me today. Watching those drop frames just get kicked up and up and up. We'll just wait. It's fine. I was in the middle of talking when it put me back online. All nat 1s, Miss Jacksons, which are dirty 20s, and nat 20s, every time we roll one of those, $1 will be donated to the It Gets Better project. As well as any bits and subs will get matched. So, at full value, not the value that I get out of what Twitch kicks back to me, but I know, I'm vamping. Am I frozen?
I think she just realized we're frozen.
No,
I,
I realized I've been vamping for the past like 10 minutes, like however long it happened.
Okay. I
I
posted in Twitch chat just now.
I
was
saw.
like, "You're frozen."
I saw. I realized when I looked up, and right after I had moved the rogue into your space, I looked up and I was like, nope, they're frozen. So I was vamping.
But we're back now.
Anyway,
so the rogue moves into my space.
the rogue moves into your space
This is not going to
Oh.
end well.
and goes to.
Yeah, remember what happened last time?
Let's see. Yeah, but they're not doing 4 attacks this time. Just
Still
2.
have sneak attack. Well, they don't have any friends around, at least.
No, and if I roll a 3, this one. Oh, that'll do it. 17.
17 will hit.
Only damage. But
How's he looking?
I mean, you're the only one that's hit him so far.
Okay.
Meh. That is 7 points of piercing damage plus 5 points of poison damage.
So that's 12 points total.
12 points total.
Okay, I need you to make a deck save.
Okay. Hellish rebuke.
I'm rebuking you hellishly.
23.
Fuck! Do you take half damage?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, at least you take...
was.
Does it save or suck?
I thought it was safe.
No,
but maybe
you still take half damage.
I think Laura always did it wrong.
Maybe.
I think Crit Roll always did it wrong.
I just never use Hellish Rebuke because, like, my...
So good. So good as a reaction.
Just... Of the times that I use it, it's usually it just never does, like, any damage because, like, they always make the save. So I'm like, nah, fuck it.
You need to cast it as a warlock then.
Yeah.
Is better.
Because I'm rolling 5d10.
Yeah.
You still only take 9 damage.
Because you rolled garbage.
Yeah. Well, 19
I mean, you didn't.
19 halved to 9.
Yeah. When it's a tiefling thing, when it's the tiefling innate Hellish Rebuke, it's not great. When it's the actual spell,
it's only
you
the
upcast
one...
it.
Yeah.
It can't be.
Yeah, see, that's why I stopped using it, is because I always, when I've played a warlock, I've always played a tiefling.
Yeah, and then it's not. Yeah. And then you don't take the spell. You just have the racial. Yeah.
So I was like, the spell kind of sucks. Like, meh.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather like silvery barbs or something, you know.
If you, because as a tiefling, you get it like once for free per short or long rest or something, right? Can you spend spell slots to cast it again?
Probably if I took the spell, but not for the innate tiefling one.
Not
that I remember anyway. It's been a while, so don't quote me on that.
If it doesn't specifically say that you can't use a spell slot, I'm pretty sure that spell is just on your spell list, and you should be able to use a spell slot to do it again. The code in D&D Beyond may not reflect that, but if you actually read the rules on it, you should be able to use a spell slot to cast it more often. So.
All right. So he takes damage.
Yeah, he took that damage. It was fire damage.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Tina, are the flames opaque? Like, is it like the...
Mm-hmm.
So you can't see through it?
Yeah, wall is opaque.
That's a problem. I guess he would do that with disadvantage then. Well, that's a nat 1. Iris.
Down.
Let's do the next one. I got one more. Oh, that's a 4. Wow.
Are you aiming at me?
I am aiming at you. But he misses both times. You just hear like a thunk as one hits the tree like right above your head. Like right
I
next
am
to
pretty
you.
short, so that's fair.
And then the other kind of just like clatters to the ground.
My AC is 14, just
Oh no,
for
I rolled
reference.
like a.
Okay.
I mean, even the nat one obviously wasn't gonna hit, but even the 4 wasn't gonna hit. And then let's do the knight. This guy. We're bouncing, but Foundry has forced
Found
my
him,
hand.
guys.
Has
Mm.
forced
Son of a
my
bitch.
hand. He is going to 5, 10, 15. Take a shot at Lilliput with a you watch as you kind of hear this like clanging noise with this particular person. You're not sure if it is armor or otherwise until they hold a hand up and like beams come out of its fingertips and coalesce in its palm and shoot out at you. But
Mm. This is this dude?
yes, this dude right here.
Um, I can't tell like what it is, right?
If you want to make me a perception check.
Mm-mm. Mm. 15.
You notice that it is, while it does seem to have some sort of metal, it's got like a cloak on, and you see
Mhm.
glints of metal, but you realize it's not armor, but just pure metal, and you look up under the hood, and there's a metal face staring back at you.
Robots. Robots are attacking. Robots are coming.
And it will unleash a spell for
Mm.
a 18 to hit.
Mm-mm. It's an attack roll.
Yes, it is an attack roll.
Shield.
Okay.
AC is 21 now.
Phenomenal.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, 21.
This one glances off. Um,
Mm.
10, 15. We'll say 20, 25 to get into the cart. Y'all will be an extra 5 feet of movement because it is up. And it does get into the cart, but does not do anything other than that because it has attacked. This rogue finally is here. Damn it. And he's not looking good. He is going to, having been stabbed by some invisible force, he like waves through the flames, like pretty sure that there's just knives in this fire. Is
Sounds
going
awesome.
is going to move 5, 10. If you'd like to take an opportunity attack, you can.
Sure thing. Math. 27.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
8 points of damage.
Phenomenal. He is not looking great and not happy about it. So that was 15. We'll stop here to stab Iris.
Solid.
Mm.
What?
just the response. He
I
said,
mean, I'm not offended.
you see,
She probably deserves it.
you said her AC was a 14.
Yeah.
I ask. I have it in front of me. Thank you, D&D Beyond. But like, I would rather ask. All right, both are gonna hit.
silvery barbs.
Second attack, we will.
Ye-
Oh, yeah, that's a 4. One will hit. Are you resistant to anything?
No.
12, 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to right here. This night. He's not happy.
No.
Put 3. There's not 3 on the map. Sam. It was really late when I set this map up, you guys. Clearly, I was. What was in Foundry was not communicating with what was D&D Beyond. I really need to connect I need to get the module that connects the encounters.
I'm gonna take the advantage on the next attack myself. soon.
Perfect. Cool. The knight is going to just get around this shit. So 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. That's all he does. And a half hour later, oh no.
Okay.
We are gonna finish this tonight, you guys. I swear to God.
All right. So first, this dude in my face.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna get Eldritch blasted.
Okay.
So because Imp is providing the help action, I'm gonna make this roll with advantage. Right?
Okay. Yes.
That's. I really like these dice today. That's a 27 to hit.
Yes.
You have inspiration still too.
I can't use inspiration for the damage though, can I? Only for the attack.
No, just for the to hit. But if you fail, you keep the inspiration.
Okay. All right, so that is 7 points of damage, and he's pushed 10 feet.
He goes to the blue square. You said 7 points.
Yeah. And that is a natural 20 on the second attack.
Fuck
Hey.
yeah.
Very nice.
Oh god. So that is 23 on the second hit, and he's pushed an additional 10 feet.
Love it. Yeah, he is not looking great and is like, yeah, not great. And into the grass again. And it just slides back into it. The smoke and like the eldritch just smoke just billowing out of his cloak.
Okay. And then I am going to.
Oh, press M while moving to move anyway. I can move. I just wasn't reading the fucking directions, you guys.
Smash a plate.
And I'm gonna move back over here.
Cool. What does Imp do?
Imp is going to fly over here and provide the help action to Ox.
Okay. Excuse me, Lilliput.
Okay. All right, Knight hopped up on the thing. Knight hopped up. Knight is in front of me. I don't like these guys being here. I really don't. So I think that, yeah, I think that we might want to get rid of them. The one near me looks rough.
N-
No, or
the
did I
one
get that? Like,
in next to Ox is the one that got like real fucked up. The
okay.
guy in front of you has not been touched yet.
Okay. Was just confused about who was who.
I mean, they all. Why would that happen? They're not all named the same thing and look the exact same.
Like, what the fuck?
Why would they do that? I need to find again the module that numbers them and like makes little like doohicks.
Mrs. Shout. Since Ox is looking a little under the weather, having a little trouble, I'm just gonna shout. I'm just gonna ask Ox, "Do you want to be a dinosaur?"
He kind of like looks at both hands are on the staff, like keeping him up, and he kind of looks under his elbow at you, and goes, "Sure."
Cool. I'm gonna twin spell polymorph on myself and Ox, and we're gonna beat Tyrannosauruses.
Oh my god!
God. Okay,
That's amazing.
I have to figure out how to do this. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. I gotta.
We can drop the fire.
All right. Let me drop the fire. Oh yeah, because that's concentration.
Yeah.
And then let me.
So it'll drop as I polymorph.
This. Wonder if I can do the change. Hold on. Monsters. Dino.
Dino.
Ran.
I have it up.
Yes.
I feel like you should have one because druids can.
Mm-hmm. Nope, it's polymorph.
You should
it's not
at
a wild
least have
shape.
one from Fen.
Fuck it. It's fine. And Ox.
Nope. What is my size?
Do you want to turn into a dinosaur?
I mean,
Oh my
okay.
god.
It was just really funny because she said it like, "Oh my god, do you want to go get lunch and then go to the mall?"
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what it was. Like, hey,
What's that TikTok
Everyone-
noise? You want to go kill somebody? I mean, we could go kill somebody. We could go murder somebody. Or we could go to the apple orchard.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the vibe I have. All right. So
That is
Oh my
you,
exactly
god,
the
let's go
vibe.
eat cheese and sin.
yeah, you both are here-ish. You are on the ground, so I'm going to move you back here.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then,
I make
Wait,
the big
no.
roar noise at the dude was near me, who's now kind of just underneath me.
Ox is here. Ignore all the movement. It's fine. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nothing says pride like a couple of T-Rexes, right?
Of course.
Especially if they're rainbow dinos.
They are rainbow diners.
Of course they're rainbows.
They are
Okay.
very iridescent.
I need the T-Rex. That plot.
Yes.
These are my first dinosaurs, you guys.
I'm a
Aw.
dino.
You're a dino.
once
What
I'm
do
a-
you do?
Once I'm a dino.
She chomps them.
I know I
What
can't.
else
No, I
do you do
can't.
as a dino?
No,
I
the
can't
action
chomp
was the
them.
polymorph.
Yeah, I can't chomp them, but I can definitely move a
Where are you
bit.
moving?
So, can I actually move anywhere around that's useful?
Wow, I just want Iris to like ride on the dinosaur and like play like Cotton Eye Joe or some shit like that.
I'll move over. I'll move over to you
And
and
then on the
bend
part,
forward if you want to climb on.
You know the part where it does
Mhm.
where the stomping part, like imagine the
Mhm.
dino being like boom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still technically in melee with this dude.
You are.
Yeah.
Your
So I mean,
hitbox
if
is
you want,
there.
I'll bend forward with my tiny arms like this.
Yes.
If you wanna run up the tail and hop on,
Oh my
be my
God.
guest.
Yes, I'm doing it. It's happening.
Yeah.
I rolled bad, so my turn's not for a while yet, but it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just get down there somewhere.
I mean, you're right after Ox. All right, that's your turn.
Yep.
All right. Oxosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rox.
Tyrannosaurus rocks.
Tyrannos-
Yeah.
Sounds better.
Yeah.
Seems to gain some strength with this. And will bite this knight next to him. This guy next to him. Actually, he's going to take a bite out of the rogue first. He'll bite the rogue, and then he'll take the tail attack with the knight. So, rogue is definitely going to bite. Jesus. But the tail attack is going to miss. As the knight kind of ducks down. The poor rogue, though. Nineteen, 26 points of piercing damage. Nope, but it's real close. Kind of shakes him back and forth and lets out a roar. There's still like beads and stuff like that are around him, like just layered on top of him.
Hmm. He's got like a crown.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Iris.
Okay. So there's two dinosaurs right next to me now. I would like to run up Lily's tail and like sit,
Sure.
ride the dino. And then I guess that's my movement.
Yeah, we'll call that your movement.
And then so the T-Rex is like shaking this rogue, right?
Yes.
So I don't incur an attack of opportunity because he's in the mouth. Or
I'll say he's a little occupied.
Okay. In that case, okay. Okay. This rogue here
Mm-hmm.
is, probably in need of some attention. So, Iris is not going to do that because if I want to cast Cloud of Daggers on him.
Okay.
It's a 5-foot cube
Mhm.
centered on a point you choose within range. It's 60 feet.
Yeah, I'll say you'll be able to do it. That's 60 feet.
It doesn't say there's a rule for it though, so I'm not sure. It says you fill the air with spinning daggers in a 5-foot cube on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature takes 44 slashing damage. It's at 3rd level, so 64 slashing damage when it enters a spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Yeah, so he'll take the damage
So-
on his turn.
Okay, so basically, I wanna cast it so that like I want to position the 5-foot cube so that it'll basically it's on like it's gonna hit him.
Okay, yep, so it's like right on top of him.
Yeah.
Sure, no problem.
And then so that's my action. I cast that at 3rd level. And then I am gonna give Miss Lily a pat on the neck and say, "Go get him." Not tiger, but you know what I mean. And cast Bardic Inspiration on her.
Cool.
Perfect. 1d8 for Lilliput. Owen.
Yeah.
Did you?
Inviso Owen.
What are you on for your wild magic now? It's like 5, isn't it? Oh shit!
5.
So like there are
This
dinosaurs.
could be
There
bad.
are
Alright.
dinosaurs.
That's a new one.
Port, is Cloud of Daggers a concentration spell?
One
I
second.
believe it
Is
is.
Greater Invisibility a concentration spell?
Cloud of Daggers. Fuck, yes.
I don't have to be
Uh,
invisible.
I can kill people.
if-
I can kill people just out in the open.
I think you'll do more damage as invisible, so I will, if you allow me to, retcon that and cast Vicious Mockery on him instead.
That's fine.
So he has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Sorry, Rhodes. I
That's my
thought about
bad. I
that
didn't-
and
Makes total sense.
Sorry about that, Sam.
no, you're good. You are fine. That's 16.
He makes it. Saving psychic damage. Blah blah. Blah. I don't. He doesn't take any damage. It's not half damage.
Saber suck.
So he just he makes it. He just like hears kind of in his head like, yeah, well, your mom's a rogue. Like
It's like he's
It's
like, I don't
just-
have a mom.
A plus. A
Yeah,
Remember,
plus.
That's
we're
what
all
she
orphans.
said.
We're all
I
orphans.
didn't
Yeah, they're
say
all
anything.
orphans.
newsflash, I don't have a mom. Smooth move, X-Lax.
All right, Owen. Now it's your turn. Who you can stab?
All right. I'm going to. I mean, that guy's probably gonna get eaten by a dinosaur. But sure, I'll come try to stab this guy. Why not? Stabbing's fun.
Stabbing is fun.
Words to live by.
Mm-hmm.
24 to
Oh,
hit.
will absolutely hit. Do the damage on that one first.
Okay. Oh, geez, that's a real shit set of rolls. And okay, that one is okay. 19 points of damage.
You stab him, and he immediately buckles and like flops out of the cart and onto the ground.
Excellent. So he's down for the count.
He is down for.
Okay. In that case, I am going to turn my attention to this dude up here, and I'm gonna throw a psychic dagger at him.
Cool. Do it.
Okay, you can go to dice jail. 27.
My 7 will hit.
So minimum, he gets a whole 6 points of damage.
Ooh, it's still something.
Take that.
Woof.
As he has no idea what stabbed him because or where it came from because the psychic blade immediately disappears as after it stabs you. He's like, why did that hurt?
Ow.
Hell. All right.
How much did I go for? 15. I guess 30. I'll just hit.
Right there. It's okay. You all froze. It's fine. It gives me a chance to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do next. Fucking today. Nobody's around. Just gonna wait. My own little world. We're gonna finish this. Hi, friends.
Hi.
There you
Hello.
are. I tried to head you off early this time, so
I
you're
know,
just
I
like
saw it.
vamping to.
It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Figure it out. Alright. Owen, you moved.
Yes, I took the rest of my movement, and that's my turn.
Perfect. This guy's can continue doing what he's doing. This guy is like all the way out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
15, 20, 25, 30. Gonna. That's stupid. Why would he move towards the T-Rex?
He should totally do it. He should double move up to the T-Rex. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to play the bad guys,
I'm not.
but if I was in charge, that's what I would do.
Yeah, is that what you would do?
I
What?
absolutely not, but
What is Imp's
you
AC?
should enough.
Yeah?
Enough.
Is it? Is it a 19?
Okay, so maybe it's not enough.
I mean, I rolled really shitty. 8 points of damage to Imp.
Oh, he's still alive.
How about the second time he attacks? As a second dagger. With a 19 on the to hit?
Is it possible to do less than 2 damage?
No.
Imp dies.
I am.
Imp,
Rip.
this little impish devil who hasn't done a damn thing. He's just stood there and been a glowy guy. Just
Yep.
poofs into dust and disappears.
Glowy guy. This guy's gonna move.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
You feel better about yourself?
I
Feel
do.
like big man?
I do.
Feel like big scary rogue?
Yep. He gets a player off the board. Yes, I do. This guy's gonna do the same to Iris. Yes.
You can just remove him because there's like he doesn't like leave behind a body. He
That's
just like
true.
disapparates.
Goodbye.
Is he throwing him at me? I'm on top of
Yes.
the T-Rex.
Oh yes, so he is throwing. So I'm actually gonna move your knee like there.
Cool.
Let me actually measure. Yeah, you're about the same height.
Yeah.
At this point now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna miss with both of those though. God damn it!
He's like, wait a second.
God
Why
damn
is she-
it!
It's like she was down there though.
I kill the fucking familiar.
Well, you got one thing.
I got one thing. The knight is dumb. The knight's gonna be like, I know what that thing actually is. It's
He's had too many clangs to the helmet over the years.
Mhm. It's a dude. He's gonna attack with his longsword. Tina, what's the T-Rex's AC?
Here, let me grab it. T-Rex's AC is 16.
Okay, cool. You gotta be. That one will hit though. I cannot find a D10 to save my. Why?
I stole them all.
Alright, Ox is gonna take 17 points of, or I'm sorry, 15 points of slashing damage, plus another 6 points of radiant. So 22 points total. And the T-Rex has
130.
136.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna write it down. I'm never gonna chop through that, but sure. Alright. That guy's dead. This guy do the same to Lilliput, not knowing that it's a futile effort. 1 will hit.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. $14 points of damage. Fucking minimal. Is now a nuisance at your tail. God. Wimnol.
Okay.
All right. Wumnol is very upset because that was her imp.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Only she's allowed to.
All right. Bonus action. Celestial Revelation.
Yeah.
The wings come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make a saving throw.
That happens at the end of my turn.
Okay.
Don't the new
Um,
celestial revelations allow you to pick who your allies are and not target them?
mm-mm.
I thought they did.
Each creature.
Feature.
Actually, I'm not gonna move all the way up to him. I'm gonna stop short. And I am going to make an attack against him. Some Eldritch Blast.
Cool.
Court, you said that Bardic Inspiration was a D8.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to use that. That is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Which I'm sure will hit.
Yeah, absolutely does it.
That is 8. That is 8 points of force damage, followed by 3 points of radiant damage. For 11, and he's pushed back 10 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack him again. Ugh. 11's probably not going to do it.
11 will not do it.
Okay. Well, he's going to take 3 more radiant damage because he's within 10 feet of me at the end of my turn.
Okay. Lilliput.
I am without. Sorry, just
you're good.
confirming. I'm out of range and I don't have to roll a save.
You are further than 10 feet, so you're
Yes.
safe.
You're safe.
Sweet.
What is it? Your necrotic shroud?
It is not called that.
No, it's
It is called radiant consumption, but essentially,
Okay.
it's the thing that Arsenoid could do.
It's I was confused because Cat had necrotic shroud, and that says creatures that aren't allies.
Yeah. The
Radiant
other
consumption.
one, consumption does
yeah.
not let you choose.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused though, because it let you pick, whereas
Cads
it
let you-
hadn't. Before they changed it, it didn't let you pick, and then after they changed it, they fixed it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why Arsenoid never popped hers, because everybody
Yeah.
was always too close for it to happen.
Yeah.
All right, Lilliput.
Yeah. So this knight up here, this guy.
Yes.
I'm gonna first tail slap him
Okay.
with an at 20.
Oh my God! Yeah, do
Shit.
that.
So it's 30 to hit.
Yeah.
And that is going to be, that's a 6. 14, 19 doubled is 38 bludgeoning damage.
Whoa. That's your base?
No, sorry, no, the base was 19.
The base was 19.
Yeah. Base was 19. But yeah, so doubled for crit.
Oh, that'll do it.
And
All right.
then
Full
after we
schedule.
tail slap him, we're going to then bite him, which is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. Is he a medium or smaller creature?
Yes, he is.
Cool. He's grappled.
Lovely.
And he at DC 17 if he wants to try and escape it.
On his turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just says it is grappled.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
apparently
it's...
I actually need D12s, which I need to fish out. All right, 4d12 plus 7 piercing. 13, 22, 20, 27 plus 7 is 34 piercing damage.
Whoa.
And I'm just, holding on to him in the mouth.
Love it. All right. Ox turns to shift around and still kind of isn't... It is his turn. Why are you telling me it's not? Literally his turn. Slowly turns around. A, not quite sure of his size. B, is a little slow, a little like that burst of energy
Mm.
has kind of waned a little bit. And will bite this guy. And we'll say as he turned, he did the tail attack. Tail does hit. Bite does hit. Jesus. How many hit points does this guy have?
It's
Kills him.
no.
Minimum damage alone
Yeah.
just kills him. Yeah. Just knocks him, like, you hear like a Wilhelm scream as he just gets like knocked on his ass and then just torn apart.
Mm. It does happen.
Iris.
Okay.
This guy. Sorry.
I'm gonna give Lilliput a pat on the neck and just say, "Thanks for the ride," as she strums a note on her mandolin and casts fly on herself again.
Woohoo!
So she's going to lift off.
Okay.
Right back.
And that is her action, I guess.
Yes.
And then she's going to I'll give Owen a bardic inspiration.
Ooh.
She's just gonna fly up in the air for now, just straight up, about 60 feet, because that's as far as she can go. And then, actually, no, she's not gonna fly up 60 feet. She's gonna fly up about probably 20 feet, and then but she's gonna cast bardic before she flies up.
Got it.
And then movement action, bonus action. That's my turn.
Okay. Owen.
Okay, he's gonna shimmy himself. Okay, come on, Foundry. There we go. He's gonna shimmy himself over there and start stabbing.
Do it.
Uh, 25 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow. 29 points of damage.
Oh my god.
That was
Holy shit.
Outright, you just like
a
come
lot of good dice rolls.
My god. How do you want to do this on him? Because that's insane. Like, dude had 27 hit points.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, I did the math right?
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
what's your sneak attack at this point?
Yeah, no, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 29. Yeah, it's 46. Yeah, just making sure. Well, then I was second guessing myself.
Like,
Like, it's
I
too
did that
good.
much?
Yeah, he's just gonna. He's not even running up to the guy. He just takes like a very focused, quick few steps, and just like as the guy is kind of looking at Wimnell, eyeing her for his next attack, Owen just takes his rapier and just like between whatever armor he's wearing, just like through the side into the gut. It just like pierces like all the organs and just rips it all out.
Yep. Yeah, that does it. That absolutely does it. What would you like to do for your bonus action?
Let's see.
There's not
Okay.
many left. There's this guy here. There's this guy here.
Wait. Distance. Oh, cool.
I'll say
I
you
still
can
had
throw your
5
knife,
feet
yeah.
of movement, so
Yeah.
boom. And I will throw another psychic dagger and see what happens.
Do it.
I'm gonna use that bardic inspiration because that wasn't a great roll. That made it a better roll. It's dirty 20 now.
Yes, we'll hit. And I will mark that one.
So 8 points of damage to the
Perfect.
rogue on high.
Great. All right. Oh. This guy is finally going to do something, seeing the rest of his buddies falling. Lilliput, you hear this like high pitched like whine, almost like one of those Nerf footballs when they get thrown and they whistle, but you don't see you don't see the magic until it just slams into the side of Ox, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and does some damage. For some force damage that kind of rocks the T-Rex. The whole platform just kind of shakes and like shifts on the whole thing. Everybody's dead. Yeah, you know what? This guy is gonna cut his losses, and you watch as he vanishes into the building. Fuck that. The knight is being grappled.
Mm-hmm.
They're just gonna try.
You might be able to get out of it.
Maybe. with a 12.
Oh. Well,
I was kind of
He
hoping his
tried.
strength bonus would be better than that.
he tried. He tried.
He tried. All right. Top of the round. What we're gonna do is, because it is 9:45. I'm gonna give everyone one last kind of cinematic turn. Tell me what you want to do. You don't have to roll dice. You don't have many enemies left. Let me know what you want to do. We'll still go in encounter order, but make it cinematic, fun. This will be last round. Wimple.
I am going to, realizing that we are now in a position that we might be able to try and escape if we can get these barriers down. I am going to, I'm pretty sure I have a fly speed with these wings. Do, do, do.
What kind of...
So what I would like to do is I'd like to go after the mage.
Okay.
And try and whoop their ass a little bit, and assuming that they're concentrating on some sort of spell to keep these barriers up.
Yes. How are you going to try and break that concentration?
I am going to do the thing that I can do, which is Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Is this all happening simultaneously?
Yeah, I will
Actually-
say at this point, like, I mean, as simultaneous as like action, like, and you know, a round would be. What?
Time permitting, I would ideally like to use my wand of web to try and entangle the mage before I start just pummeling them with Eldritch Blasts.
Sure. I will say you are able to. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. It happens. As you are able to just ensnare this mage, pinning him to the edge of this balcony, and just, like you said, pummel with eldritch energy. And you watch as the walls kind of flicker and then drop.
Mhm.
As you knock out his concentration.
Perfect.
All right. Lilliput the T-Rex.
All right. Now, since these walls are dropping,
Yes.
and I'm still grabbing this dude, I'd kind of like to grab this guy by like the equivalent of the back of his pants.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just kind of dangling from the mouth.
Okay.
And then we had security someplace outside of these bubbles. There's security.
Yes, the Coalescence Guard float is like right actually at this point they have gotten off their float and we're on the other side of the force wall that was
Cool.
behind you.
I would like to walk up as a big T-Rex and deposit this asshole in front of them.
Lovely. They all kind of like look at you a little like...
Yeah, no, I don't do anything to like reassure them that I'm not going to eat them
Yeah.
because I don't
Probably
think
like
about that.
smiles at them with a ton of teeth.
Yeah, like a ton of teeth. I do like tiny armed vogue with, and then big smile.
Okay. But they all like one of them kind of slowly...
There's beads though.
There's beads. Yeah.
There's still beads. There's like glitter and beads. I'm a very glittery T-Rex.
One of
Carrying
them
this guy by the back of his pants.
One of them slowly reaches out and takes the guy's collar and pulls him back across the line, like away from you. And they promptly bind his hands and arrest him.
Cool. I moonwalk back to the thing.
Lovely. Iris.
So My immediate thought was kind of the same as Wimnel. Iris was going, since she's flying, she's gonna land quietly right behind the mage and at third level cast clap her hands together and cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
Just-
Um, which would be a saving throw, a con
Yeah, he
15
fails.
save. Yeah. So takes 4d8 of thunder damage.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
and flies.
15 points.
Yeah. I will say, since he can't really go anywhere with the force of the thunder wave, he gets knocked against the banister and does additional damage, which basically essentially knocks him unconscious.
Solid.
And he's kind of stuck in the web at that same time.
Mm.
Owen, Invisiboy.
Oh, well, like, that guy's already unconscious, and the other guy ran
He
away.
did.
Do I see the other guy? Like, does he come out the front? Do I see him come off a side door or anything?
Roll me a
Ooh.
perception check.
Don't you try to sneak away.
That is 23.
You see a figure pop up in all of the chaos as the walls drop. You see a figure who pops out from the side door here and drops his cloak as almost like the hood, as if to kind of like shed this disguise to go into like I'm a normal citizen mode. And like you watch as he grabs a handful of like beads to like drape over and start to like assimilate to the crowd, but you clock him.
Okay.
And I will say
Um,
cinematically you can get to him if you want to close the distance.
Excellent. Yes, I would like to close the distance,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna specifically, I'm trying to knock the guy out.
Okay.
So we have someone else to interrogate.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me attacks. Definitely sneak attack, definitely with advantage. He is not anticipating being caught.
First one is a dirty 20.
Yep. That'll do it.
Math. 32 points of damage.
Oh shit!
Roll- Almost complete max.
Oh, damn.
Dang! Yes, you are able to cleanly sneak up and just knock him out, and he just crumbles. How do you want to handle do you want to bring him back to the float or the coalescent guards that are there?
Yeah, if I see that Lilarex
Lilarex.
dropped off a
Yeah.
guy, actually, no. It's because Lily gave that one to the cops.
Yeah.
Cops, yeah.
No. This guy is going to be tied up and stashed behind this building for the time being.
Okay.
And Lust can have this one.
Lovely.
Yeah. We should give one to who's the one who provided the security? Could give them like the mage.
Wrath.
Wrath.
Yeah.
Wrath did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Iris will cast sending to Wrath and be like, we have a present for you in case you want to question somebody.
Clean up on aisle 3.
You can practically hear the like Grinch curling grin in her voice as she says, "Well, I was heading that way to go to Lust's party anyway. I'll send some people over."
She just sees up in the air a spectral mage hand, like thumbs up.
Lovely. With that
You're
in
like Sky.
mind, guy, right? This guy here, big area down. With this in mind, you all collect yourselves Ox decides to stay. How long is that polymorph last for? At that
It would
level?
it'll last for an hour.
All right. Yeah,
If you
Ox is chilling, decides to walk alongside, like join the parade by walking. Lets
okay.
out like a roar. I'm not gonna do it, but yes, lets out like kind of a
Cool.
roar.
Roar.
A roar.
Roar.
A rower.
Everybody manages to collect their respective people and horses. The horses seeing T-Rexes freak out.
Yeah.
They are not
Yeah.
very pleased, but they are able to be quieted by their druids. They lose.
Mhm.
I mean,
They lose
freaked out
one.
is the proper response.
Yes, they do lose one who takes off down the road, and you watch as it disappears through the eastern gate. And some of the remaining druids all look at each other and immediately nose goes. And the guy who's the slowest just and into a horse. Horse.
Oh my god.
Is that just their emotional support wild shape?
Yes.
Yeah.
You all continue through Greed and Pride's neighborhood. This was only five or so rounds. You were really literally only gone about
30
less
seconds.
than a minute, 30 seconds. So the other floats are not too far ahead of you, but you do catch Lust kind of like leaning back over the back of the chaise lounge and see, like, hearing the stomping of the T-Rexes. Give you all kind of a quizzical look, but then just kind of leans into it and just, okay, not gonna ask, just gonna go with it. As you are led back through the streets, back through Pride, around Envy and Lust's neighborhood, the long way, and to the party grounds in the Grove. As the floats drop you all off, they kind of drop their entertainment off and continue moving the vehicles themselves away and out of the way. Lust immediately descends on all of you, looking very confused. And at that point, Ox kind of looks at Lilliput to let him go.
If a T-Rex could sigh, and then they, back down.
Lust looks at all of you, having gotten, very confused looks, and says, like, kind of not clinging to Ox, but definitely stepping far closer to Ox, kind of almost protectively. Not protective from you, but definitely from, like, whatever the hell happened. And says, I'm not going to let whatever happened ruin my party, but we will all be talking tomorrow. For now, enjoy Pride. Drinks are on me. I'll get your payment tomorrow as well. Maybe tomorrow evening. Maybe the morning after. Now enjoy Pride.
Oh.
And they hustle Ox away into the crowd. You all see the lights lit in this grove as things start. The rest of the afternoon is filled with partying and drinking and games and dancing, and ends in a grand spectacle of a fireworks show above Oxenfree. And that is Pride, my friends.
Yeah.
Hooray!
You saved Pride.
You saved Pride. And the Grand Marshal, who you turned into a T-Rex.
I mean, you didn't
Just an enhancement.
specify how we had to say
Yeah, I did not. So that worked. Good job.
And we made friends with Wrath in the end by saving him a mage.
Yeah.
She's
Like, we
going to
gave presents
enjoy.
out.
She
She will enjoy that present very, very much.
Yeah. Everybody gets a present. You get a person, and you get a person, and you get a person.
Hmm.
And there's some people who we might have might just be dead.
Yeah,
I
you
just
know.
need a few
on
hours, and
us.
then I can get my imp back.
Yeah.
Our final rolls count 9 nat ones, 13 Miss Jacksons,
Mm-hmm.
and an even 20 nat 20s.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah. So, what did I say? 13, 33, 42. So we'll round it $42. So we'll round it up to $45.
Mhm.
Goes to the It Gets Better project.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thanks for playing, friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
thanks for
running.
running this one.
Of
Yeah,
course.
that was fun.
Hope you had fun playing in my little world.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I have thoroughly enjoyed my vacation from DMing, but I know all of you are just as excited as I am that next week we are back in Skytown.
We are back in
Yeah.
Skytown. I'm very excited.
I'm really excited.
It feels like so long since we were there last because it has been.
As it has been. Yeah. We will see everyone next week in Skytown. And thanks for hanging out. Happy Pride!
Ooh. Yeah.
Yay!
We'll probably try and do one more extra life thing
Mhm.
before November. I would like to do something, maybe in September or something Halloweeny for October.
Hmm.
That'll be fun.
Before our marathon, which we need to start
Yeah.
planning because it's already July. Oh God.
Yeah.
You could always do it when those nerds come visit you at the end of August.
We could. Yeah,
Mhm.
because we will be playing in person.
There's-
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, internet. Have a good evening.
Ooh.
Goodbye.
Internet.
Okay, good night.
Bye.